All right, I just want to run through the basics of what we need to do here in project 6 part B. You can basically bring your own architectural file in if you want, or you can use really any file, or even the one that I've got supplied to you. It doesn't really matter. We're looking at the market capabilities of the software, and if you know how to use it more than anything else. You don't have to do a clash detection to actually be able to mark something up. There doesn't have to be a clash for you to be able to mark it up. Although when you do a clash detection, it does allow you to mark things up at the same time. This does not require it here. So let's go back to manage, and what I'll do is open, or I can even where is it? Open it from here. All right. So the other thing is you can do is under home, you can append. So if I was to, I could actually bring another part of this building into here. Yeah, and that's how you add files from different engineers and all that sort of thing. But for us, we're not going to append. So what I'm going to do is open up the house, which is actually, I'll just use this under clash detection. Oh, it's looking for NWD. Okay, so my house is actually a Revit file, so I just have to change it back to Revit again. Yeah, here it is. There's the house. We did that last time as well. Now, I don't want to save changes to this. It can only open up one file at a time, so it will ask me to close this basically. And it'll take a little while to bring it in. Just converting it over to NWC as we speak, and to bring it in a language that it understands. So for example, this here, we know there's some clashes, for example, because we did that last time in here, but we're not going to clash detect. What we want to do, for example, you might say something like you want to build this out of wall and remove the columns, right? So you want to convey some information to someone. So you just do it by, it's as if you're marking up a paper copy. So if I go to review, which is where your markup stuff is, I can draw a cloud or whatever, and I want to write some text. If I draw a cloud, it says red line requires a save viewpoint or clash result to be selected. So as I said before, I have to make sure it's clashing, but if it's not clashing, how do I write it? Again, text, same result. So really what I think should happen is that this button really belongs in here, because it asks you basically to take a picture of this, save it, and then it will allow you to write in that picture. At the moment, we've got some things already saved in here, something that came through, and you may recognize what these are. These are actually the 3D views that you created in your project 3. The default one is this one, and the other one is the one that most of you should have copied this, duplicated it, and called a 3D view, put it on the sheet as that view that goes on the actual sheet. So they come across like that, and this is how I must have done mine in this project. All right, so let's. So it gives you something automatically, but that's not what I wanted. What I wanted was this side here, maybe not under there, unless I'm noting the footings. But I want something like that, and I want to say here. But first of all, I want to take a picture of it. Say viewpoint. All right, so it comes in here, and I'll say this east end or something like that is the end I'm looking at, and I want to write something now. So if I go here and click on the text, or click on this thing here, I don't know how this thing works in here, but it goes like this. Doesn't quite join it up nicely like CAD does or Revit, but I've done the thing there, and I can say something like, all right, okay, remove columns and add solid wall. Right, done. So that goes there. It's pretty basic, you know. It's got too much in here. What's it got? You can do freehand stuff. All right, what's the freehand stuff? And you can do this. All right. What else? Do a line. Yeah, more lines. Things like that. All right, I can erase things so I can you know, clean that bit up. All right. So now I've done that. That's good. Now the other thing I can do is now I can go back and say, well, I'll finish with that. Oh, notice everything's gone, disappeared. How do I get it back, right? It's not there anymore. Well, basically, it's saved with this. So I have to go back here, and it comes back. All right, so when someone picks up an NWD file, at the moment this file is called an RVT file in here, actually. But when someone picks this up, they'll go to the different viewpoints and find out what they wanted them to do. All right, so if I want to do the windows over here, I could go again, go to viewpoint, take a picture. Okay, so I'll call it windows, for example. I'll do front windows, whatever you want to call them. And another method of reviewing is to add a tag, like this one here. So I can say, oh, here's a window. I'll tag that, and I'll say, right, make larger. All right, so okay that. And this one here, click there and then click here. Again, make larger. This one here, you might say, you know, frosted glass, something like that. All right. So you've got a few comments. Now, someone looking at this, they're coming here and they're saying, "Oh, okay, say viewpoint windows. Here comes with that. Great. What does 1, 2, and 3 mean? How do I know what it is?" All right. That's where you go to this view comments. They're down here. Now, if your comments is not down here, the way to get it up is to go to view here, windows, and find comments somewhere in here. There it is, and bring it up. There it is. Or under the review, you might have noticed this button was pressed or something. So if that's not blue, then you can make it blue and it comes up anyway. All right, so a couple of different ways. So there you go. If I click on that, it says frosted glass. That's what it is meant to be. Make larger. Oh, hold on. It actually tells you there anyway. But sorry. But that's 1, 2, and 3. There's the numbers you're looking at. Comment ID. And what else do we have? In theory, you're able to search on comments, right? But as far as I'm concerned for your project, and I'll leave it there for this one. Yeah, as I said, comments are considered a little bit better because you can search on them and find something. I don't know if this is going to work, but if I go glass, see, nothing was found. I knew it. Much case. Yeah. Anyway, we'll look at that here. If we go glass, let's see. Find and objects found. So I'll go look at that later. But yeah, in theory, you're able to search better with comments and find certain information. And also with the comments, you might have noticed that it said it's off. It said who wrote the comment, the author, and all that sort of stuff. So a bit more info than if we were looking at this one here, for example. It's just sort of dumb text. All right. So that's basically, if you can do something like that, where you're putting a bit of text and cloud or something like that on there in one of the viewpoints, save another viewpoint and do what I did here, then that's basically it for part B. Done. Okay. Any questions on that?